Hey guys, the mood here. So over the weekend, I was working on some ideas for the new Cryo map. More specifically, I wanted to build a proper guide using most of the key rooms while also comparing field matchmaking versus full squad gameplay. The goal was to figure out how accessible a Cryo archive really is, which I will get into a minute. So in short, I had a solid foundation to start editing until I accidentally deleted all of my recordings. Has this ever happened to you? Is what you might be expecting if this were a sponsored video, but I actually did delete everything. And now, as a tired, dead inside dad, this sadness I should be feeling somehow has not reached me. But there is a little save that I managed to score. I still have my Excel sheet tracking my profit and loss playing Phil. And after deleting everything, we had a 4 hour squad session, which I made sure to record and also track all of my profit in my Excel sheet. Basically, I'll use the recordings from my squad session, which was not my original intent because I wanted to show some of the crazy field games that I had, but yeah, all of that is just gone. And yeah, I do want to say that after the weekend, I feel like my dopamine receptors are like completely fried and my feelings are conflicted. To get my point across, I will first present you with the statistics, which might not be a lot of data, but it's something. Squad, 6 games, survived 5 of them, and stash value increased by 258,000. So that is the credits plus the value of all the items in your stash. That might not be the best way to measure your progress, but that is the easiest way to track your progress. So, Phil, I did 7 games where I was recording my data, and obviously I had to play budget. And actually, if I didn't play budget, I don't think I would have made a profit at all. Still, I was able to survive 2 games and increase my total value by 2.5 thousand. And in squads, you also have to realize my squad mates were also pulling similar numbers in the profit. So collectively, we're looking at something like 3/4 of a million, or very close, if not more. And yeah, that's just credits generated in a couple of hours. Which basically brings me to my next point. I think the perfect word to describe this map right now might actually be capitalism. The rich get richer really fast, and that propels these players so far ahead of the curve. They can just keep making more risks without any major setbacks. And the map, by design, forces teams towards the center of the map, and in most cases, only one squad survives. Not always, but if you want to actually extract most of the value from the map, you will have to fight other teams. And if you are a solo or field player, you might be looking at all these YouTube videos and thinking, am I doing something wrong? Is this a skill issue? And it also might feel like you are missing on something out, like a significant portion of the game. So I think that's why I am conflicted in some ways. I am a dad with a full-time job, but I do get to work remotely. My wife is very supportive of my hobbies, and there is some room for my childlike competitive spirit to thrive. And usually at the expense of my sleep, which I'm not complaining, but very often I'm like, okay, I'm playing like shit today. I wonder why. Oh wait, I slept for 5 hours, and if I didn't sleep for 5 hours, I wouldn't be actually able to play for a longer session. And yeah, still, I already feel like there's some kind of layer that is holding me back to be able to compete on a higher level. And but yeah, as a dad, there will be often days where I can maybe play 1 or 2 game sessions with constant breaks in between, for example, during the day. And yeah, no sweaty squad is going to wait for one person to come and play for 1 or 2 games. So I also feel kind of bad, like asking a friend of mine to play. We play for 30 minutes. I'm like, oh, holy shit, I have to go. Like, I can't keep playing right now. Sometimes even in the middle of the game. And it feels like most of the time it's in the middle of the game, but maybe there's a selection bias in a way that when you're in game, it's going to be more frustrating to take a break or something like that. But yeah, if you're a solos player, you just accept the loss, maybe hide in a little corner. It's actually in marathon, trust me, it's very hard to find good hiding place. Anyways, you might be thinking that what I'm saying is me, cater to me. That is not the point I'm trying to make. I actually want more people to experience the highs of the Cryo Archive map. And I even myself got out of my comfort zone and started playing more trios to actually see what this map is about. And to me, this actually ended up being the peak marathon experience so far. Actually, after the weekend going back to the previous maps, it feels like something is missing. And yeah, that's another thing. But yeah, I haven't experienced this map to its full extent. I'm still absolutely addicted. I still sometimes try to play Phil and hit big. I like the concept of being the underdog. Perhaps I might not make a profit, but the experience itself is thrilling to me. And it's also kind of it's a bit ironic. Previously, I thought Outpost was an incredible map. Then Cryo Archive came out. I was like, holy shit! I didn't actually expect this game to get this much better. But yeah, my point. I think the flaw of this map is not necessarily the difficulty, but maybe it would be accessibility. I don't believe those are the same things. In this map, you can't go full solo. You can't play as a rook, and if you don't have a squad, the odds are severely stacked against you. Perhaps for Bungie, this is not a problem to solve, but just integrated in the design of this map, I still can't help to think maybe there is a solution for everyone without taking away from the core experience of the map. In my opinion, there are some solutions that can be integrated slowly, even if they need to be tested, perhaps. And yeah, that could be a good way to see how they land within the community. So first, make the Cryo sponsored kits available as occasional faction rewards. Perhaps even Cryo specific contracts could be implemented with a clear game objective, like get clearance level 3 for the first time ever without having to exfil. It would be a simple reward. You get a sponsored kit for the Cryo archive, and you get a few contracts like this. You get more people trying this map, actually getting a really insane run, because it can still happen, especially if there's more people playing. And then on the flip side, you could already say, oh, you just want more casuals on the map to make this map easier. I just think if there is some initiative for these players to actually here and there try to play this map, like not all the time, but from time to time, they can play this map for free. They will not really suffer if they die, right? And there is a chance they can actually like get an insane high roll run against all odds, or at least the odds stocked against stack, but at least okay, at least with the odds stacked against them, and they have this high roll run. They're like, okay, I finally get it. I get what this is about, and yeah, I think a little bit of initiative for this map would not hurt at all. And the second solution, and I don't know if Bungie is doing this already, if this is a thing that exists, but perhaps there might be some weight added to fill squads versus pre-made squads, meaning that fill players are more likely to encounter fill players, and same goes for squad against squad. So this could be somewhat dynamic based on active player count, but I haven't thought about all the issues that could come from this solution in particular, but it might actually make this map more accessible without necessarily making it much harder. And another suggestion that I see people saying all the time is that you should have the subroutines to later access the boss to have 100% spawn rates for them, because it's very RNG dependent. If I'm not mistaken, you still have to survive with the subroutine. I just think that's the case, but yeah, I did try to actually not read many opinions on this topic, just formulate my own thoughts by playing myself, not watching a lot of YouTube videos, and just seeing where my head takes me. And yeah, I would not necessarily say that these solutions have to be implemented. I'm just a guy who really wants more people to experience this map and what this game has to offer. Perhaps this map's limited accessibility is 100% intentional and by design, but I feel like we can at least initiate a discussion and maybe think of some ideas that I might not have considered. So let me know your thoughts about this. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. This is a new style of video for me, so I'd love to hear your feedback. I'll try to do better next time. And yeah, I've actually always had a soft spot for extraction games, especially after trying Tarkov like in 2019, 2018, and maybe it's just the way things feel on social media, but sometimes it seems like more and more games are being designed with a more casual audience in mind, and as a result, these games do lose a lot of depth. So that's also why I do appreciate what Marathon is trying to do. It almost feels like a love letter to the extraction player. Marathon is trying to do a lot of new things, and at the same time, these things just get lost in all the noise of negativity. But it is what it is. There's even a small part of me that wonders what is the future of this game months and hopefully years down the line. But honestly, it's still way too early to make that call. And yeah, for now, I'm just curious to see where it goes, and I'll just do my best to enjoy the game so far. So thanks for watching, everyone, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.